today we got some questions that we just gonna answer and really just talk real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Have a real conversation. So I hope y'all enjoy it.
Yo, how long it been since we seen each other, bro?
It's
It's
been
been like
years,
it's for
bro.
real been
Like
like
at
six,
least
seven,
six,
yeah,
7 years. Like
no
when I was in
cap,
high school type
for
shit.
real. That's crazy. So you 23, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah. So
23.
we only 1 year apart,
One
but
year apart, man.
our families is real close. We kind of grew up together, and like it's always been love and stuff like that. So what ended up happening was I seen him posting his videos, on Instagram, whatever, and I'm like, damn, like these videos is real
Appreciate the
talk,
love.
real rap. You know what I'm
Appreciate the
saying?
love.
And I think what your message um overall has been positive, and I read the comments and stuff like that, and people
Mhm.
seem to receive you very well, bro.
Yeah,
So I
I'm
want to
happy
give you
about
your
that.
flowers now, because like even
Thank you,
just
bro.
jumping out and doing it, like a lot of people don't have that in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or they have it in them, but they don't really have nobody to tell them that they can, or you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I don't
If
have
you
the
could see it,
confidence to
you
go
could
and
be
do
it.
it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So, you doing that, jumping out there, bro. That's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Especially in our community, we don't have very a lot of positive black leaders. Um,
true
and
that.
I feel as though at least me and my circle, we on a positive trend on creating that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you.
You
Same.
doing this is your outlet as well, but you also inspiring you. You inspire me. You feel me? So that's
That makes me happy. Like
yeah,
honestly,
bro.
bro, I just started this joint as a creative outlet, but also I wanted to find like-minded people. I wanted to find my tribe, and I do feel like lately, I'm not trying to diss, but lately I haven't been connected with certain people I keep around me. So it's like doing this YouTube shit. It's making me feel like I'm breaking out of my box,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really kind of opening my shell and being like, nah, step into the new you. Not
Mm-hmm.
that old you that's just been smoking and what I mean, chasing the girls and just
Yup.
doing all the bad things. Like actually try to focus up and level up in life. You feel me?
Vibrations is high, and
Vibrations
yeah,
extremely high.
yeah, vibrations is high, bro. And that's what I noticed too. It's like it's vibrant. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's colorful. I noticed this in myself too, bro. I used to like wear all black and never really let myself creatively
Mhm.
escape in a way. And I noticed I'm like, damn, like whenever I feel a certain way, like that's how I tend to look at things as well.
Yeah,
Like if like that's how I think about how I'm getting dressed. Like I'm getting dressed like, oh, I don't want to wear today. I always wear some plain black tee and some jeans or whatever, and it's just plain, which is fine. You know what I'm saying?
ain't nothing wrong
To
with
each
that.
their own.
But
But at the same time, I'm like, that's also where my mental is at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to Puerto Rico recently, and I
okay,
wore nothing but colors. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah,
outside. I'm in nature, bro. Like we in the mountains. Like
that
we was
sounds
in.
amazing. I want to
This
go to
is
Puerto Rico.
yo. It's beautiful, bro. I suggest you go. It's we stayed in this city called Patillas. It's like a
Okay,
town rather, and it's up in the mountains. Like
got you.
it's like from San Juan, it's like an hour 40, but maybe not that long. Maybe like an hour 40. You got to drive through the mountains and everything. It's beautiful, but that's where I felt so alive and like I felt slow. If that makes sense. Like I feel like
Yeah,
sometimes my
time
day
kind
to
of
day
slowed
life,
down.
yeah, my
Yeah,
day to day life was so quick that I couldn't really slow down and enjoy it. That brings me back to the colors, bro. When I was there, I just felt so vibrant. I felt free. You know what I'm saying? My
hmm
mind felt free. So I tried to embrace everything that was going on there and bring it back home with me. Like, you know what? Let
yeah, I
me
know
let
what you
me
mean.
let me appreciate the little things a little bit more. Let me appreciate this bread I got as far as even like not monetary, but like my sandwich. Let me appreciate what I'm eating. You see a lot of people, even in New Jersey, but I saw a lot of people who had very little but very happy and joyous,
Yeah,
and that
that's the big
that
thing right
touched me.
there.
So I just kind of start being content with less. You know what I'm saying? Like, be happy I got a car. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best on gas. I drive a big ass truck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
that
be
truck
happy
is
I
huge.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But be happy I get to A to B. Be happy I got a roof over my head. Be happy I never missed a meal. You know what I'm saying? Be happy that I got people support me. You know what I'm saying?
I
Be
f-
happy that I have the opportunity to even be upset about something. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like that's the opportunity. Like you having the ability to even be upset about something is a privilege.
it
You
is.
know what I'm
That's real
saying?
talk.
So it's like this experience in that, bro. Um, I feel the vibrance coming out of your videos. Go back to our main point.
Nah, bro, and that actually reminds me of one of my favorite songs. I got it tatted, "Love Yours" by J. Cole,
Yeah,
where he said, "I think it was better being broke."
yeah,
Because he felt like once all the material things came in life, that he kind of disconnected from the real love and the
mm-hmm.
real grind with people that actually cared about them. So like I feel that I know plenty of people who don't have all the money in the world. Actually, a big talk, somebody
That's
who
deep.
really reminds me of that is my father. Like
Mm.
my boy lives in Florida. I'm actually going to visit him next
Yeah,
week. I
yeah.
can't freaking wait.
That's
But
exciting,
like
bro.
they don't got all the money in the world, but when I go there, it's the biggest, like it's the most love I'll ever get, man. The
Mm.
most love I ever feel. Like is so amazing. And seeing them tells me like that's what embedded in my mind. You don't need bread to be happy.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's gonna make things better, but just the people around you, that's what makes life life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really happy I got to connect with you again because like
yeah.
we was
For
homies
sure,
back in the
for
day. Like
sure.
for real, I used to go
Yeah,
over his house back in bro. We was chill,
facts,
play the
bro.
game and shit like that, and we just kind of got disconnected. Life happened.
Yeah.
But seeing you now, man, that just makes me happy, bro. I'm happy
Yeah.
that you're doing a good thing in life.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I think the journey is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And without that journey, you wouldn't appreciate where you're going. You wouldn't appreciate the destination. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
you wouldn't appreciate
It's
the
like instant
destination.
gratification, bro. You don't appreciate what you got if it's given to you right then and there.
You really don't.
And
That's why them one hit wonders when it comes to music, they end up losing all
yo,
their money once they get it.
because they didn't become the person they needed to become to achieve that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I want to speak on, bro. Blessings that come from I don't know about your faith, bro, but I've been walking I've been trying to walk with God more often and stay focused on him and keep him number one. But I realized that when gifts from God come to you, you're prepared for them. Like things that don't come from God, you're not necessarily prepared for. If you
yeah,
go rob a bank right now and you got $20 million, you're not gonna know what to do with that $20 million to let you keep it.
that's all.
But if I go and I work and I bust my behind to get that $20 million and I really make that happen, along that way to get to that money, I become the person I need to be to hold and to accumulate that wealth. I become that person I need to be. So when I have it, I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I know
Yeah,
how to keep it. I know how to multiply it. I know how to maneuver it, put it places it needs to be,
and I
um,
appreciate it more.
and appreciate it more. And that goes for everything, bro. That goes for your career. That goes for your spouse, your woman, for my ladies, for
For your
your
man,
man. Yeah, that goes for
it goes for
everything.
everything, man.
Yeah, so
You gotta actually put in that work. I actually dropped a video today about like actually practicing. You can't get better unless you practice. You go
right.
through that shit, and that it correlates just like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for me, I've been getting closer to God too. Like I'm not the closest. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really not. However, like since I quit smoking weed was really bringing me down. I feel like that was the devil's work when it came to my life. And ever since I quit smoking weed, he's been just giving me a bunch of signs like, yo, bro, I'm here. I've
Mm-hmm.
been here. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I'll give you all the tools you need. It's just whether or not you follow the path that I
Mm-hmm.
gave for you. And I'm like, all right, I respect that. I respect that. And like, I'm opening up the Bible more.
Yeah.
I'm watching sermons. I don't know if you watch Darius Daniels. You know who that is?
Yeah, I never heard of it.
He's a pastor. He has a church in
Yeah.
Mount Holly, and also in Atlanta.
You should send it to me because I've been kind of struggling with that too. Like with my faith, I pray a lot, but I don't discipline myself enough to read the word. But it's weird because whenever I read the word, I get so invested in it. I can sit and read for an
Yeah,
hour. You know what I'm saying? Time passed quick, and I don't even realize.
that's
Um,
all.
so that's something that I want to work on. But if you send it to me,
I'm gonna
bro,
definitely
and I'm,
send it
I'm
to you
glad to
because
hear
like
you.
the way he is as a pastor, like is so dope. He's black for one,
Yeah.
and two, the way he
W.
speaks, yeah, big W, big W, and like the
Yeah.
way he speaks is so like it's so easy to relate to, and
Mm-hmm.
like the way he dives into the word. Like I was just watching this one, he put it out on Wednesday, and it was talking about how to get away from your ops, and he'll use real culture. He's like an older man, so he's like
Yeah.
50, 40 something, but he'll use culture's words and shit to
Yeah.
relate to the younger crowd, but
That's the
also
God's work right
spit
there.
and put things from the Bible into his sermon. Like I'll definitely send it to you,
I
man.
think that's God's work. Because that's the real area that I feel like needs the most help. Like the older folks, they're gonna be who they want to be. It's
Mm-hmm.
the youth,
It's
bro.
the youth. We
And
next up.
yeah, and I experienced that in like having a little sister and cousins or whatever. But I
Mm-hmm.
also coached this year, and that was a eye opening experience because um, my community, our community, the black community, we are. I feel like we're being uh, we are holding ourselves down in a way, and the
Speak
things
to
that
me.
we practice, the things that we glorify, the things that we choose to do. And the way that we personally, I can only speak for myself, bro. I came from both my parents in the house, you know what I'm saying, on me. I went to private school. I was very blessed, to
Yeah.
say the least. And I want to say thank you to my parents, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them.
Shout
They
out to
did they
y'all.
want to, you know what I'm saying? But they blessed me to the point where I didn't have to see and go through a lot of stuff that our community goes through.
Same.
And I never wanted for anything. Anything I ever needed, I had. I played sports all through since I was 6 years old. Um, but our community is in desperate need of something, and I think that something is Christ, bro. I think that only God can save us in a way. Like, obviously, we can do the work, but that's Christ working through us in a way as well.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you may not see it like this, I see it like this, but your messaging to the people, that's God's light shining through you.
Yeah, they
You know
say
what I'm
like
saying?
God speaks in other people for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And yeah,
You're the
bro.
vessel.
So I think that this what you're doing right now is great to help the youth. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
And really inspire people. But like I said, man, we in a tough spot as a community, especially with the election coming up. I'm not gonna get political.
Yeah, we're not
because
gonna
I'm
get
not.
political, but
But
yeah,
yo,
that's it's
you see
something to
it, you
think
see
about.
it,
Yeah,
and
you see it.
you
You
see it
do.
amongst our people, and I don't know, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
It's gonna be real interesting. And one thing I
Yeah.
want to say on top of what you just said is how you said we need Christ, but I also feel like in our community, the people that we look up to are the rappers,
Yep.
the basketball players,
Celebrities.
you know what I mean, celebrities. They're not the doctors.
Yep.
They're
Nope.
not, you know what I mean,
Businessmen.
the businessmen. We don't. There's some of us do, but there's not the
It's not a
majority of
lot.
us. A lot of us look at the rappers
The
and want to
runners,
be like
runners
them.
and
Want to
jumpers.
just do. You said what?
The runners and
The
jumpers.
runners and jumpers. Yeah, people. We just look at the wrong folks. You know what I mean, for
Yeah.
guidance. You know what I'm saying, and the youth specifically, people who are in their teens, who are below that, they feel like the way these rappers and the way these celebrities are living is like the only
Bro,
way to
that's
live.
I feel like that's real life. Like, that's entertainment.
It's
And they
entertainment.
can't separate the two.
They can't separate the two.
So-
And at one point, that was me.
Yeah.
Like me smoking all day, I'm over here like, well, shit, Future do it, so I can do it.
Right.
Or like, shit, I'm messing with all these girls.
Future
That's
don't
all
even
they
do
talk
drugs
about.
now, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
he
He
don't
just
even
exaggerating.
Yeah, he just be capping.
You know what I'm saying?
They
So
be
it's like
capping.
real talk. So
It
I just
hurt
feel
because
like,
our favorite rappers be cappers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, damn.
but we follow it so
So
blindly,
heavily and
so blindly, man.
because a lot of times it's all you know, and it's also like, all right, instance, like the older sayings that our parents used to tell us: "Monkey see, monkey do."
Mm-hmm.
If you really think about that, every human, they enter this stage called theta when they're, I don't know, I don't quote me on this, but I think this when they from birth to about 6 or 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they're like a sponge. They're a free program. So whatever you program them with is what they'll become. So
Okay,
these
teach me
kids,
something.
so these, I'm promise you, look it up. If you're put into a position where that's all you know, it's very difficult to switch that, to
Very
change
difficult,
that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
like, take for instance, you and your boy, right? Or your homie, whatever. You start noticing like, bro, this is who they are, and like you can say something to them, and it's gonna be their choice to change or not. But like most people really don't change that much
Yeah.
over the course of time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now some people do. Some people go through awakening. Some people really dive into themselves and try to, figure out that issue that they may have been having. But most people don't. And you see that in the kids, bro. Like I remember I was in Deptford Mall. I was doing some shopping right after Christmas. It's like 15 young boys with shiesties on. I'm like, bro,
what are y'all doing?
Yeah, what are we
y'all
doing?
doing?
Like,
You about
bro,
to rob the store real
yeah,
quick?
bro. I just want to get some jeans. I just want to get some shoes. I want to get some eats. Like me and my girl, I'm like, yo, what's going on? I wanted to ask him, but you know what? I'm like, it's not even worth my time because most of the time it's confrontational. You know what I'm saying? What did you
Yeah.
wearing a shiesty inside for anyway? Why?
Yeah,
But
no
look,
point
that's
in
a direct correlation between poo shiesty and shiesty. You can't even buy Nike shiesties now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, that's out the window.
It's out the window,
It's too
bro.
bad you got a cold face, bro. So I don't know, man. It's peculiar.
Bro,
But I'm trying to do my part, bro. For real.
we both trying to do our part,
And,
bro.
yeah,
Shit.
honestly, and I think instead of pointing a finger and saying this person should do this or this person should do that, we should for real start by looking at ourselves in the mirror and asking
and
ourselves how we
look at
can be better people,
and
how
lead by
and
example.
lead by example,
Lead by
bro.
example, because that's the only way people want to actually believe you.
Yeah,
Exactly, when they actually see the progress.
yeah,
And that's one thing about this whole YouTube channel and me starting this change in my life, is that I know in the beginning not a lot of people are gonna believe me when I say like I'm quitting and I'm trying new things.
yeah,
They actually got to see the results. That's all people care
yeah,
about, is the results. So I want to make sure I stay consistent so that eventually I can be the example. I can show people like, nah, you can go from the bottom to the top. And I'm not in the bottom, not in the slums. I don't live in the projects, none of that. But it's a mentality thing. I was in hell mentally. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? I'm trying to get to heaven mentally. And
right.
it's just a process. So nah, bro. Let's pull out the
That's real.
questions.
That's real. I was about to say that too. I got some for you. Um, for you, what are some of your biggest inspirations?
Some of my biggest inspirations. Okay.
It can be anything. It could be music. It could be art. It could be people. It could be shapes. It could be
It could be
places.
shapes.
I don't know, bro. Think
Nah,
about it.
yeah,
Like
nah.
you might see some in nature. It's like, wow, that's
You're
inspirational.
right.
Like
You're right.
God made that, and He made me in the same image. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'm gonna be 100% honest. My biggest inspiration is my mother, and like, only reason I say that is because like I've seen that lady kind of go from the bottom to the top, deal with a bunch of shit, and then also change as a person herself. She used to be very rowdy, fighting and shit, but
Mm-hmm.
now she's like sweet. She's still the same to the core, but like she does exactly what she needs to do to make sure her family is straight. And I'm a family man. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie. I'm a big family man.
yeah.
So I'll say the one thing is my mother, and then the second thing that inspires me is probably music. I
Mm-hmm.
love music. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I can't live without it. I told you I got Love
Yeah,
Yours tatted on me.
yeah.
And so I feel like, it depends on what type of music you listen to, but there's certain artists like J. Cole,
Right.
Saba, um,
Listen, Smino.
I was just thinking about
Yeah,
Smino. Yes,
Smino. Yeah,
Smino. I mean, people who actually be spitting real things. They be
yeah.
spitting real things, and like, if you really take a second to look at the lyrics, you can realize you can learn a lesson from it. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? So what
yeah,
inspires you, bro?
man. I would probably say my parents, my mom and dad. Me and my dad, we really grew real close, and I've been just trying to learn as much as I can from him. And like my dad get up and go to work every day at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying?
It's
He
hard.
up at 2:30 and out the door at 3:30. So I mean, seeing that, I seen him change his schedule, his work schedule, to make sure that he home with me and my sister. And same
Okay.
thing with my mom. My mom works nighttime so she can be home with us during the day.
Okay, I respect.
So like seeing them work so hard, like I have to work hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like who am I to just take that and abuse that? You know what I'm saying?
I know
Like
exactly what
my
you're
parents would lay down everything for me and my sister. And shout out my sister too. Shout out Braylon.
saying.
They would, and I've seen them do it before. You know what I'm saying? There's been times where I needed something for school. I may need X amount of thousands of dollars, and they'd be like, "All right," and they're gonna figure out a way for it to make it happen for me. And that to me is true love. You know what I'm saying?
It
And
is.
that's inspirational. And I feel as though like that's just one of my biggest inspirations. I would say, man, I never really thought about this. My second biggest inspiration.
Yeah, you kind of put me on the spot too. I had to
My
really.
bad, bro.
No, you good. You good.
That would probably be like, I would say like potential. Like you don't really know your own potential until you push yourself out there and you try.
Real talk.
And I think that one of my fears, the ultimate inspirator, inspiration.
Inspiration.
Yeah. That's why we get up and do what we do every day out of fear. You know what I'm saying? That's why we get up and go to work
Fear
out of fear of
being
not
not.
having. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, or not doing